Today we're going to talk about the greatest teachers. And the greatest teachers are the people who release us from our attachments to third density or lower frequencies. Before we came here, we made agreements with people that we would be awoken and we would start our journey back home from these lower frequencies, this third density. And we had to have some ways to wake us up. If we're at a party and we don't want to leave, we're going to keep that party going, we're going to stay at the party. And that's kind of how it is with being in the third dimension or third density. As long as it's fun for us, we may not think about leaving. We're enjoying the party. The party is a dream, though. And somehow we need to get back home. Somebody needs to disrupt the party, essentially. And these are our greatest teachers. They have come to disrupt the party. We have agreements before we incarnate that we will have certain lessons, and we will also, and this may or may not be the same thing, but in those lessons, which usually awaken us a little bit more, some lessons just drive us to go home. We just don't want to be at the party anymore. It's not so fun. It's gone bad, and somebody's on a bad trip. So, but the greatest teachers, probably out of the greatest love, decided to come here and to have relationships with us that seemed extremely unloving. And you and everybody here has somebody they can bring up in their mind that is the greatest teacher, or some of the greatest teachers, people that have absolutely tormented you, and you're either going to kill somebody or be killed, or be driven insane, or you could be driven sane if you choose to use that situation. If you choose to use spiritual tools with the situation, the lesson that you've been given, you're going to come out with a gift. And that gift will help wake you up. There are people here that are our loved ones, the ones that we love, that support us and keep us here so that we can learn the lessons. That may be our children or our spouses or friends, family, that help us hang on and stay here for the lessons and not to give up. And those people are easy to love. So what can they really teach us about love? Because they're easy to love. Now, when if they can get on our nerves, like our twin flames and our soulmates can, then they have lessons to teach us. And that's what's really great about twin flames. They are people that you just really want to be with, no matter what, and almost no matter what they do. Although that's not always good, that's another topic. But they're teaching you how to love. And the greatest teachers are the ones who are the hardest to love. The Dalai Lama was talking to one of the yogis, his yogis, who said, who was in prison when one of the Chinese prisons, and the the yogi told the Dalai Lama that he was in trouble, and the Dalai Lama um, said, "How are you in trouble?" When he got in contact with him, he said, I'm about to lose my compassion. I'm afraid I'm going to lose my compassion for the prison guards." That was his danger. And that's how we need to think of our greatest teachers. He's a good teacher. Good guess. That's Rosie. Say hey, Rosie. So, um, think about those people that are the hardest to forgive, and realize that that is what is going to help you release your attachment to this dimension. It, if if situations or things are being taken from you, and you learn how to live without those things or people or places, that's something else that you have released an attachment to, and be grateful. Really be grateful. How else are you going to start to learn to live without these roles that we play, these things that we have to think we have to have? We have to be a mother, we have to be a child, we have to be a spouse, we have to be, all these roles that we play are attachments. The grandparent is, attached to the grandchild. And many people don't want to die and pass on because they don't want to leave their loved ones behind. And this topic is talked about in Buddhism regularly. But there's a difference between being so detached that you can't give and receive love, and only being able to give love to certain people, your children, your grandchildren, your friends, and your family. What if they don't want the type of love that you're handing out today? Are you going to withhold it from everybody else who does want your love in the way that you give it? Are you just going to hold it? Or are you going to give it to people who don't appreciate it, who don't want it? I explore these topics more in depth, kind of codependency topics, and also trauma related. For more information about these topics, you can go to lydiascott.com or therainbowgates.com. Have a great day and have a great life.